As I mentioned when I preached here, since retiring, I like walking the beach and praying my rosary. Sometimes when I pray the rosary, it's just a moment, quiet time for me to reflect of my past, where I'm doing now, and where I hope to be in the future. So is sometimes I look hindsight and I see how God has been active in my ministry and just as a man, and sometimes I don't see anything. Both are healthy, both are the way it's supposed to be. But I know God is with me when I pray. I used to think sometimes that my prayers were not being heard. But you know, when I look hindsight, I see God's hand in my life. But there's always a spirit of solitude, comfort, and just knowing that God loves me. And sometimes I can't believe he loves me because I know myself well enough. I'm like, he must be desperate to love me. And I'm like thinking, wow, he's got to put up a lot of me. And in many ways, that's what today's gospel is about, squandering. The word is defined an act of recklessness or foolishness. Doing what? Most of the time, dealing with time and talent and treasure. So in the gospel, Jesus is not rewarding a dishonest person for doing something that was slick. He's saying, look at this man. He's having a reflective moment to realize that he's done wrong. And so he takes this moment, makes a change. Maybe it's not the best way, but Jesus is saying he has the tenacity to know that there's more than the present. He's preparing for the future. So when I walk the beach and I think about what I have done in my past ministry as a priest and as a man, I think about how did I use my gifts as a priest and a man when it comes to my talents in the parish, in my ministry, among my family. How did I use my time? Did I spend time the way God wanted me to spend time with other people? Did I squander my own time? What did I do with my treasure? It has different ways. Did I hold on and let the possessions possess me? Or was I able to share the blessings God has given to me? Did I squander throughout my years of life? And if I did, how can I rectify that and move to what God is calling me to be? How can I be more Christ in my ministry as a man, as a person, as a priest? Am I going to always squander and hold things tight? Or am I going to be generous? That's what Jesus is recognizing today. It's not the fact that it was a dishonest, unfaithful servant trying to take possession of the owner's goodness, but he's teaching us a moment, just saying, how do we squander? Instead of looking at other people, look at self. So when I pray, I do a self-examination. How did I squander my gifts? How can I offer them to the Lord? Say, Lord, this is me. You've created me. You love me more than I could ever love myself. I'm my own greatest enemy. Help me to see how you have been in my life, the past, the present, and the future. Show me the 3 T's, time, talent, and treasure. And help me to be generous, because you are so generous with me and everyone else. You really, truly are amazing. And Lord, miracles abound all around. Help me to see them with the eyes of faith. And then the last thing we hear him say is that we're children of the light. Our first reading, the reading always brings out something in the gospel, is that we are all made for more. What is the more that we desire? And what are we looking for? God always answers us, but we have to know the difference between what we want and what we need. What do we really need?